Giving his evidence before the inquiry today, Richard Ullger said he didn't know what had happened to any information or documents or devices that might have been taken by Ian McGrail when he left the Royal Gibraltar Police. He said there were still efforts being made to try and retrieve that data. In answers to questions from the government's lawyer, Sir Peter Caruana KC, Mr. Ullger confirmed taking documents or evidence when leaving the RGP is not allowed.
Mr. McGrail gave evidence to the inquiry saying that he had handed his daybook in or left it with the RGP. Are you aware who he left his daybook with when he left?
No, I'm not, no.
Has the RGP attempted to engage with Mr. McGrail about locating the daybook?
I understand in conversations with the Assistant Commissioner who was dealing with our lawyer that it was going to be done through the lawyers.
Mr. McGrail said in evidence that he retained some papers that he had taken from Newmill House before the RGP attended his premises, and that he destroyed some of those paper documents. Has the RGP ascertained what those documents which were destroyed were?
Not that I know of, no.
At present, do you have any information as to what happened to Mr. McGrail's devices from ITLD?
No, I don't, none whatsoever.
Is it permitted for police officers to take official information away from them when they retire from the force?
No, sir.
Mr. Ullger told the inquiry a total of 22 police officers had left the Royal Gibraltar Police following job offers in government services. 18 of these were now employed in the government service and 4 have retired. He said all of them have offered evidence to the inquiry, although only one piece of evidence had been deemed relevant by the inquiry's chairman.
Do you know of any officers being offered monetary payments?
Without going into too much detail, yes.
And the officers who left the RGP, who are they now employed with, as far as you are aware?
The government service.
All 22 of them?
So I believe there's 18 that have transferred into, not transferred, they have resigned from the Royal Gibraltar Police and they've been employed by the government service, and 4 officers retired.
Are you aware that any of those officers have sought to give evidence to the inquiry?
Yes.
Are you able to say how many?
I think all of them.
And has any of their evidence been deemed relevant to this inquiry?
I think there's only one person.
In answers to questions from Sir Peter Caruana, the Commissioner of Police acknowledged that not executing the search warrant in Operation Delhi was one of the RGP's failings, and that the investigation continued its normal course without any influence or pressure.
I think one of the biggest failings in our investigation was not executing that warrant, sir, and it's been a matter that we've discussed on a few occasions in our debriefs.
Sorry? But do you acknowledge that whatever happened or didn't happen in the attempted execution of the warrant was an RGP decision in accordance with the options plan that Mr. Wyan had created?
Exactly, it was.
In an emotional moment, Mr. Ullger recalled the last words the Commissioner Ian McGrail said to him before he left the Royal Gibraltar Police.
I think the rest of the command team was well shared. I think my views, we were pretty upset about the fact that he was leaving us. But I remember one thing that Mr. McGrail said before he left.
Take your time, Mr. Ullger.
And he said that the Royal Gibraltar Police was more important than him. And he expected us to take it forward.
Mr. Ullger said the fraught relationship with the Gibraltar Police Federation was because its chairman at the time, Maurice Morello, was a difficult person and a rebel who tried to make life difficult for RGP management. He said he particularly disliked Mr. McGrail. Mr. Ullger says the Federation now has a new chairman and secretary, and the relationship between them and the Royal Gibraltar Police is a much better one.